So here's a tour of our rock book to give you all some ideas of what we put in there. So this is just a regular old 8x8 scrapbook, and I got a piece of scrapbook paper to put in the window of rocks. This is the story from Joshua 4 that I just typed up about when he told them to go out and pick up stones from out of the Jordan and why they were doing that. So it's just kind of an intro to the book. Here is when my husband and I first met. It was kind of a once in a lifetime thing that we would cross paths because we were on opposite ends of the state, would have never run into each other. Here's something from my first job, how I got that and how that kind of was a defining moment in my life. This was the first city we moved after we were married. This is the first church that we really found a family at, and it was the place that really changed our faith walk and just our relationship with God. Here's our first house, how we came to find that. This is the first gym that we really found and felt a part of, and it really changed the way we looked at our health and kind of our habits for life. Here's meeting Dave Ramsey, meeting him, following his principles, listening to his show, reading his materials, really kind of set us off on a great journey. So he has definitely been a game changer in our life. This was a special project that Justin got at work when we needed the financial help that it brought. This was our first trip to Denver, which seeing the mountains, going out west, really kind of changed the way we viewed the world. This was the story about a layoff that Justin had and finding a new job, and how that, God kind of worked through that situation. This was me starting my own business and going out on my own, out of corporate, and the first check that I got out of there. Here was little Francesca's picture, born early at 2 pounds and 14 inches. Here's the story of her getting into preschool for speech therapy and how that has been a game changer for her and her speech. When she was able to go to preschool, she really just, started improving in leaps and bounds. It was kind of a big deal, and she barely got in. And here's Julia and kind of her story and how she got here perfectly healthy despite lots of concerns from the doctors. Here's my story of, having thyroid cancer, getting it removed, the whole thing that I went through. Here's the next story of yet another layoff for Justin and how we found this job in Salt Lake and found a place to live and moved here. And that's the end for now, but there's always more to fill in. So this is what our rock book looks like, just to give you an idea. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be, well scrapbooked or anything like that. You could just put a piece of notebook paper on here with a couple of pictures. But just to give you a few ideas, it's really definitely worth having.